an incredible twist in Friday's practice sessions. The red car shows an authentic dual personality that has left everyone speechless, struggling on single lap pace but simply devastating in the long runs. Such a spectacular metamorphosis has rekindled hopes for the prancing horse. What a spectacle at Imola! Ferrari has shown a transformation that's nothing short of incredible in free practice. Starting with evident problems in qualifying simulation, Maranello's car literally transfigured when it took to the track for the long run, showing a race pace that nobody expected after the disappointing results in Miami. The car's behavior changed radically after some targeted interventions in the pits, particularly on the brakes, a component that had created significant concerns for both Leclerc and Hamilton during the early phases of the session. Both drivers openly complained via radio about worrying understeer at key points of the track. But here's the plot twist that left everyone astonished. Once they returned to the track with a full tank of fuel for the race simulation, Ferrari suddenly became a war machine. The Santerno track confirms itself as one of the most technical and demanding on the calendar. This year, track limits will be less problematic thanks to modifications made, with the extension of asphalt zones and reduction of curbs. But beware, whoever makes a mistake ends up directly on the gravel. The track has already claimed victims in the junior categories, with several incidents in F2 and F3 sessions. Even in Formula One practice, there was no shortage of tense moments, including a red flag in the final minutes of FP2. The question arises spontaneously, was Ferrari running with less fuel than others during the long runs? All information gathered suggests that fuel loads were very similar among the top teams. Some doubt remains only about Red Bull, which might have been running with a few extra liters. It's precisely this detail that makes Ferrari's performance even more surprising. We're talking about the same car that appeared in serious difficulty during qualifying simulations, with considerable gaps from the top. Enormous difficulties on a technical track like Imola. And here's the crucial point. Ferrari has shown two completely opposite faces during the day. In qualifying trim, the car appeared to be in serious difficulty, with problematic balance that prevented drivers from expressing their maximum potential. Both Leclerc and Hamilton reported significant brake issues, especially when the car was light on fuel. But the story changed drastically during the race simulation. With a full tank of fuel, Ferrari completely transformed, showing an incredibly competitive pace, comparable to McLaren's and clearly superior to Mercedes and Red Bull. Analyzing the onboard footage, it's noticeable how Ferrari mainly suffers in direction changes and when it needs to regain contact with the asphalt after tackling curbs. In particular, at the Tamburello chicane and at Gresini, the rear seems not to follow the front, creating instability. This problem appears related to the rear suspension, a recurring theme in recent months. When the car is light and faces aggressive curbs, the rear struggles to guarantee the necessary traction once the car returns to contact with the asphalt. In contrast, when the car is planted to the ground with a significant fuel load, performance improves drastically. A phenomenon we've seen at almost every circuit tackled so far, with Miami being the only exception. A key element emerging from practice is Ferrari's extremely narrow setup window. The car proves incredibly sensitive to adjustments, capable of transforming completely with small modifications. The driver's feeling with the car changed drastically between qualifying simulation and race pace. Initially, both were reporting critical behavior, especially in the more technical sections, where curbs need to be taken aggressively, and an annoying understeer at Villeneuve, Piratella, and Acque Minerali. After the interventions to the brakes carried out by the technicians, the situation improved exponentially, finally allowing the drivers to express the car's potential. Despite Ferrari's unexpected competitiveness on race pace, McLaren remains the benchmark. The Woking team dominated qualifying simulations, showing impressive consistency in every condition. Their car appears balanced both on single lap and race rhythm, which represents a significant challenge for Ferrari. For the first time this year, Pirelli has brought the C6 tires, the softest compound in the range. An absolute novelty that has tested teams in terms of understanding and optimizing available grip. Understanding the behavior of these tires will be fundamental for race strategy. The real crucial issue for Ferrari will be qualifying. On a circuit like Imola, where overtaking is notoriously difficult, starting position is fundamental. No matter how excellent the race pace might be, starting at the back would seriously compromise podium chances. To be truly competitive, Ferrari will need to find a way to solve the balance problems in qualifying configuration, especially in brake management and rear suspension behavior when tackling curbs aggressively. The hope is that the interventions made to improve the car's behavior with high fuel load might also prove effective in qualifying configuration. Managing to place both cars in the first two rows would already be an extraordinary result, which, given the excellent race pace, could open exciting scenarios for Sunday's race. Despite difficulties on single laps, there's cautious optimism in the Ferrari garage. Technicians are working intensely to find a compromise that allows the car to express in qualifying at least some of the potential shown in the long runs. Tifosi can finally start hoping again, albeit with necessary caution. Saturday's qualifying will be fundamental to understand if Ferrari can really compete for important positions in this home Grand Prix. The Ferrari seen today at Imola has a double face. In crisis when it needs to push to the maximum on a single lap, but surprisingly competitive when it comes to maintaining a constant rhythm with a full tank of fuel. A situation that leaves many possibilities open for the weekend, but also highlights the structural problems that the Scuderia still needs to solve. But one thing is certain, this Friday practice has rekindled enthusiasm in the Ferrari garage and on the Imola grandstands, suggesting a race weekend much more interesting than one might have imagined. Ferrari technicians will have worked all night trying to replicate in qualifying the excellent performance shown in the long runs. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest news from the Formula One world.